All right, today we're going to talk about something that feels, well, almost forgotten. It's a lost art from the analog world, a special kind of skill that gave people this unique confidence, a confidence that feels like it's getting harder and harder to find. I mean, has this ever happened to you? You feel that sinking feeling when your phone just goes dark or your laptop refuses to turn on. And what's your first thought? It's probably not, let me pop this open. It's, who do I call? Or maybe I just need to buy a new one. It's a kind of helplessness we all know, right?
And you know what? That feeling, it's not an accident. It's really a product of the era we're all living in, the age of the black box. We're surrounded by these incredible devices that we are absolute wizards at using, but if we're honest, we have almost zero idea how they actually work.
And this highlights a massive shift. I mean, it really wasn't that long ago that machines were transparent. You could pop the hood of a car, open up a radio, and you could actually see the parts moving. So the gut instinct was to try and fix it. But today, our gadgets are these sleek, sealed-up units. The instinct now is just to replace. And that simple change has a huge effect. It takes us from being empowered to being completely disempowered.
It sounds kind of goofy now, but this was a real thing. If the TV picture started to flicker, what was the first thing you did? You gave it a good, firm, technical tap on the side. You'd wiggle the cables. You actually interacted with the machine on a physical level because you had this gut feeling, this intuition, that it was a physical thing.
So where did that kind of intuition even come from? Well, for a lot of people, it started way back in childhood. It came from one of those experiences that turns you from just being a user, or, a rider, into a mechanic.
Just think about it for a second. When you were 10 years old and your bike chain slipped off, you didn't, schedule a Genius Bar appointment. No way. You flipped that bike upside down, you got your hands totally covered in black grease, and you wrestled that chain back onto the sprocket. You just figured it out. And that simple act, it built this incredibly powerful can-do mindset.
And that grease on your palms, that was so much more than just dirt. It was proof. It was physical evidence that you were an active player in how your world actually worked, not just some passive consumer. It taught you this sense of personal responsibility. And this mindset, it went way beyond just repairing things. It was also about creating them, building them from the ground up, a lot of the time with no help at all. Building a fort out in the woods is the perfect example, right? There was no IKEA manual for that. You had scraps of plywood, maybe some bent nails you'd hammered straight yourself, and a whole lot of trial and error. But this wasn't just playing around. You were actually learning raw physics. You were figuring out that a certain angle makes a wall stronger, or that one kind of joint would hold more weight than another. And then, when that rickety, ramshackle structure finally stood on its own, that feeling. It wasn't just relief. It was this deep, satisfying pride of a builder. And that kind of confidence, the kind you get from making something real and tangible with your own two hands, that's foundational. Okay, so here's the really crucial point. All these external physical skills, fixing bikes, building forts, they weren't just about the things themselves. They were actually forging something inside of you, like a psychological compass for how to navigate the world. So the first piece of that compass is what you could call mechanical intuition. It's that gut feeling for why something isn't working. It's the ability to look at a system, whether it's physical or not, and just instinctively get the relationship between all the different parts. And that intuition, it leads to something even bigger, something we could call a deep, quiet certainty. Now, this isn't about being arrogant. It's a calm, bedrock confidence that when things, and they inevitably will, break or go wrong, you have what it takes to figure it out. You can handle it. And finally, all of this builds up to this incredible quality that we can call anti-fragility. See, when every single slipped chain and every collapsed fort wall is actually a lesson, you don't just learn to put up with failure. You learn to actually benefit from it. You get stronger and smarter and more resilient because things went wrong in the first place. So what in the world does this all mean for us today? Are these skills just outdated, relics of a bygone era? I don't think so. Not at all. I think we should see them as rare, almost extinct capabilities. This analogy just nails the whole idea. Growing up in that analog world was like learning to drive a manual car. You had to feel the engine's rhythm, listen to the gears. You developed this symbiotic relationship with the machine. You were in total control. The modern black box world, that's the self-driving car. Yeah, it's incredibly convenient, but you're no longer a driver, you're just a passenger. And when it breaks down on the side of the highway, you're completely and utterly stranded. So let's be super clear. This isn't some rant against technology or a call to go back to the good old days. This is about recognizing that something fundamental in our relationship with the world has changed. It's about understanding that mastering the physical world created this powerful internal sense of agency that's just a lot harder to develop today. And that really leaves us with a pretty big question to chew on. In our seamless, frictionless, and unbelievably convenient modern world, we've gained so much. But it's worth taking a second to ask, in the process, what crucial part of ourselves might we have lost?